Hey guys, welcome to Rusted Fireworks. On today's episode, my dad gave me this thingy. So he said basically that I could probably use it to jack up my motorcycle or take off transmissions or what have not. And since he lives where there's more dirt than concrete, he can't really use those metal casters. The only thing that's wrong with this thing though is this is broken. It's like unwelded. And this is actually the part that makes this thing go down and up. So we're going to fix that and see how efficient it is to pull down the transmission on this 2002 Toyota Sequoia 4x4. We're going to go ahead and get it started by putting on the intro. My wife's behind the camera. That's why I'm laughing. So let's get it started now. Bye. Love you. My wife's gonna go pick up our oldest child from school. So today I'm off because tomorrow I have to go to Texas. Won't be back for 4 days. Gotta go to Austin, Texas, go deliver a load out there. But we went to go get 6 beans. This, believe it or not, is not Coke. It is actually, it's not Coca-Cola. It is actually a blueberry flavored energy drink. Tastes good. My wife got what's called a Spanish latte coffee or something. I don't know. Whatever. But like I was saying, this thing is broken. And all I have to do, so it goes through there. All I have to do is re-weld this thing back on there. If I can get it. Oh, there. So what I'm going to do is throw some weld on this thing and hopefully it stays on there. And then I don't know what I would use out of here. I might just put a socket on there just so I could be able to put a socket, a wrench on there and be able to turn it on and off. But it looks like it holds pretty good. Look at that. And this thing goes high too. I already used it, by the way, so I used it to be able to take off. Ooh, look at that. It goes down. Why does it go down? So I guess it only stays there. That's still pretty high up. Like if I'm working on a motorcycle, this is pretty good height right there. So yeah. Also, if you're not following me on my Instagram or my TikTok, go check it out. I posted a picture of the Dodge Ram looking like a tow truck, which is something I'm actually thinking about because I do need an off-road recovery rig out here, and it'd be very nice to be recovering rigs with this truck. So it's just something to think about. But yeah, so if you like this kind of content where I'm grabbing things that probably shouldn't be for pulling out a transmission or getting a fuel tank out, or putting a bike on top of it, or modifying a Mercedes-Benz. If you like this kind of things, or modifying a truck, I don't know if you guys seen those episodes. If you like any of that content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let the YouTube gods know that I'm doing a good job, and they should recommend me to other people. Please help me out with that, guys, if you guys can. So we're gonna go ahead and set up the welder, clean that metal off a little bit, go get a socket that I can sacrifice on there. I'm probably gonna cut these off as well, or take the bolts off of it since we don't need those on there, and then modify it, jack up the Sequoia and pull out that transmission. This is gonna be like my 8th time pulling out the transmission. So let me tell you guys what's the problem, okay? Customer states they were driving on the freeway and out of nowhere the truck turned off on them, wouldn't turn on anymore. He goes ahead and says he got it towed back to the house and everything, and then him and his brother proceeded to remove the torque converter out of the Toyota Sequoia, and then he put a new torque converter on it, and then he said it would start, and as soon as you put it on drive or reverse, it would turn off. Sounds like a torque converter lockup to me. I would replace the torque converter again. Problem is, he says he had to cut some things to be able to put the new torque converter in there. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you're having to cut some stuff, I mean, unless you're modifying a vehicle. But if you're having to cut some stuff to put a stock part back in, I don't think you're doing it right. So I tore it up, I brought it back down. Sure enough, wrong torque converter. Put another one on there, throw it back on, same problem. Pull the transmission back off, torque converter blew up again. What the heck? I look at the pump has some broken teeth on it. Change the pump, change the torque converter, put it back on there. Now it won't get out of first gear. And now he says he wants to be able to just take off that transmission, put a used one on there. I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, you tell me what you want to do, I will do it. And this time I'm actually going to be able to record it. I'm not going to be in a hurry. I'm not doing it at night with the flashlight on top of my head. There's actually daylight now, so I can do it now. So we're going to go ahead and modify this thing and use it to be able to take off that transmission out of this truck, because it was very heavy putting it on my chest last time. I can do it, but I'm strong, but not that strong. So let me go ahead and get the welder. I'm gonna stop talking. So give me a second. I have to put some sort of support here because I have to twist this thing in order to get the rest of the welds. But if I twist it, then it's gonna come down. So let me go get I have some DOM tubing here that should fit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Should fit right there. Let's see. Aha. And there we go. And now I'll have to put something on there. A 5/16 Husky. That'll work. That'll work right there. Ba-dam. So now I just gotta weld it right there. Pump it, take off the tube, loosen it, lock it, loosen it, lock it. Then once you lock it, then you can pump it. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. And so the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up this bolt right there, grab this handle, turn it the other way, turn this handle, turn it the other way so it's facing this way, and take these two things off, and that'd be it for that. And then we're gonna go ahead and start taking off the transmission, lift up the truck and take off the transmission. So give me a second. And just like that, we took off the pieces, we put that little chrome thingy, and it's good set up, and then we can actually pump it. And it'll come up, and then later on I'll grab one just dedicated for this, but for now we just grab whatever. And there it is. Ta-da! It's done. Now we have to jack up that Toyota Sequoia. And now, like anything that you lift up this high, I gotta do a shake test on it. All right, I think it passed the shake test now. I feel like even though this thing would work perfectly for transmissions, it's still a little too high. You guys see that? And so ultimately what I'm feeling is I'm gonna have to cut off these casters and put on smaller ones, kind of like the ones that table has. That way it's nice and lower. But for now, this will probably work, at least just to get the transmission as low as I can and all that. But let's go check out the transfer case. Transfer case is right here, and it's 12 millimeter bolts all the way around, and then the drive shaft for the back and the front drive shaft. And then here's the transmission right here. I'm gonna go ahead and empty out the oil as well while I'm at it, and take off this oil pan, because it comes with a dipstick tube, and the dipstick tube is up there. And yeah, so the dipstick tube, if I don't take that off, it's such a pain in the butt to get this transmission off like last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off all the oil first, and then start disassembling everything. Check it out, it even works for the oil pan, so it's closer and I don't miss it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the drive shaft bolts, all these 14 millimeter bolts. They're such a pain in the butt the first time to get them off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So give me one quick second. The wheel in the back chalked, so I know that it's being supported already. On top of that, there's no tension on the drive shaft. I can move the drive shaft, so I know there shouldn't be any tension, but I'm still gonna be safe about it. When I remove this drive shaft, I'm gonna be facing towards the back. That way I can scoot out of the way, just in case the truck wants to go backwards, falls out of the jack stands, and it begins going backwards. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the bar so I can be able to remove it. Give me 1 second. So from back here, grab it, wiggle. And there it is. Drive shaft off. Wiggle. We'll put the plug for the transmission pan back on there, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove the front drive shaft now. So give me 1 second. Oof, that freaking hurt. Nice. There we go. Second drive shaft out. Now we start taking all these 12 millimeter bolts from the transfer case all the way around, and start disconnecting every single cable right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect all the cables, take off all the 12 millimeter bolts, and once I have this supported to get taken off, I will show you guys that. So give me 1 second. The only thing is, it is like, it's only being supported by this little plate right there. So once this whole thing comes down, it's gonna come down on this. So we're gonna see how that's gonna work, you know. Something else connected? Yes, there is. This keyhole right here. Well, there we go. Transfer case is out. So you guys can see, it's on the little stand. And like I said, these casters are way too big for this application, so I need to go and get smaller casters, but I think I can remove it. No, I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and muscle this out and then start taking out the transmission. So once I start doing that, I will put you guys on there. So give me 1 second. All right, guys, so at this moment I already have all the bolts removed except 2 on the transmission. Torque converter bolts are off, the transmission lines are off, and all the electrical plugs are off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the second option of removing a transmission, and that's involving grabbing that jack, putting that block of wood on top of that, and placing it right underneath that oil pan, and then raising it up high enough to where it's grabbing it, and then slowly bring it down once I take off those 2 bolts, and then push it back out that way. So let me show you guys that. Give me a second. And the second bolt is right here. Now, the bolts aren't loose. It's just that I went around with that same extension, and there's a little breaker bar. I loosened up all the bolts first, and then I was able to get them off with my 3/8 drive impact gun. And that's why they seem so easy to get off. Not because they were loose. There's that. Now we're gonna slowly lower it. Give me 1 second. Okay, when I tell you, you're gonna grab that handle and pull it backwards a little bit, okay?
How?
Pull it towards you. Slowly, 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 slow. Right there. Cool. Thank you, my guy. All right, I'll go right now, okay? These kids. He came at a good time, though. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording, mijo. Making sure all the electrical plugs is not plugged in. And as it goes down, I'll pull it forward towards the front of the engine. There we go. So there it is, and it's still too high to get removed out of there with this block on there. So I'm just gonna probably yeah, oh well. This is very sharp though, so I'm gonna grab it with the rag. Good Lord, this torque converter is heavy. And this is why mechanics love lifts. It's a lot easier on the left. There we go. Transmission is out. And basically just wait for the customer to go ahead and bring me another one. But with that being said, you guys saw firsthand, this would work perfectly fine. Just needs to be a lot lower. So probably next video, I'll cut those wheels, put some shorter ones on there. You guys might not actually see me put the new transmission on there because I'm going to be in Texas. So if the new transmission comes here, Mikey's going to go ahead and do that. And he's not going to be recording. So yeah, but you guys saw that. The reversal of the installation, the reversal of the removal is the installation. So the same exact thing I did, do it backwards. And then you're able to put the transmission back on there. So I went ahead and got ready for class and everything. But I wanted to show you guys something real quick. So I took apart this whole thing, right? As you guys can see, there's a small gap, like a small, I don't know. There's a groove. There's a groove on the oil pump, okay? So that's number one, that's bad. Number two, if you guys can see all that ground metal in there, you guys can see the metal on that pickup right there. That's bad, okay? Now, this is the biggest spaghetti-o. This is a planetary gear. Can you guys see all the chunks missing out of it? Look at this. Look at that. Wanted to show you guys that, so let's go ahead and get on with the video so I can go to class. I'm gonna go do striking and I'm gonna go do jiu-jitsu. See you guys later. Bye. But yeah, so that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you guys want to see more of this content where I give you some tips and tricks and you guys see me do some cool things with my vehicles, let me know in the comment section below and by liking this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.